Thank you for coming today. My name is Shovan. Today I'm talking about the future of Fintech Digital Experience, how a headless CMS can enable a seamless integration and personalized customer experience. Many CXOs and high-level executives assume that the company's website is less important than the product. They may believe the quality and the reputation of the business is on the product, and that is what drives sales. And website is just a tool that showcases your product. However, a report from Adobe found that company with the strongest omnichannel customer experience strategy retains about 89% of the customers. That is 89% of the customers, compared to 33 of those with the weakest strategy. This emphasizes the financial service organization needing to unify and integrate approach to the platform and website to deliver a personalized and consistent customer experience. I'm here to showcase how to prioritize your website and platform so that you could implement a strategy to enable your marketing team. And we have seen various players in the financial institute who have done this successfully and scaled their operation and gone to the global markets and giving their customers a personalized regional offering. They have done something which a large organization can only dream of. The fintech companies such as Wise, Revolt, N26, Robinhood have a strong website strategy that has really helped them to grow and become a global players. While doing this, they've also ensured that their customers across the brand have a seamless experience. They have ensured that each of the region and the culture has their own personalized experience and is intuitive and easy to use. This is not an easy undertaking. And what is their secret behind their success? The real secret lies behind the success and commitment from the senior executive members like yourself. You need to invest on the foundation web technology. If you do not have a website that supports a growing channel, how can you expect people to discover your product and customers and offer customers new offering? It would help that if you start thinking of your website as a marketing powerhouse, it needs to be a platform to showcase your outstanding technology and also shows whatever offering you have within the product itself. Costa Coffee migrated to a headless CMS, and this is what Gordon Lucas, Global Head of Digital Engagement, had to say. With their old CMS, content and website creation, updating and maintenance were more manual. They had to package the content up, deploy the code, and then redeploy the content because the content and the CMS were bundled together. It was a little bit more error prone and very, very slow. If these are the kind of conversations you are hearing within your internal company from your marketing or technology team, you really need to consider helping them with initiatives that can help make your website perform in a way it should. There are really 4 things you can help your marketing team. The first one is building a modern web stack. Next thing is enabling them with the new integration that's available in the market. For example, we know that OpenAI, ChatGPT is quite hot in the market right now, which means your marketeers should have the ability to integrate that right now within their tools to make sure it is going to work or not work, not wait for 6 months or a year for this to be implemented into your website. It should be happening right now so you can really test what's happening. And you also need to make sure you understand the content is the brain of your business. Traditionally, content and website are tied so together, which means you can't really extract the content from your website to put it into different platforms. You start thinking your content as something that is the brain of your business. You use certain content on your website, certain things on your platform, certain things on different commercial channels. So if you start thinking as content as a central location, I think that will really help you scale globally. And when you do all these 3 things, you can start giving a supreme digital experience to your customers. This presentation is not for anyone who is having an unbreakable relationship with their CMS vendors. You're not in a position to grow or scale your business, or you already have a seamless digital experience. And in that case, maybe you can just help us to testify how a headless CMS or an integrated content management system can really help grow your business. But if you wish to have a faster technology, if you want to have a consistent brand experience from your website, your mobile app, your other marketing channels, and you want to attend with the marketing trend and technology enhancement, I can show you how we can get this done. Traditionally, on the left-hand side, websites are built using something called a monolithic approach. Essentially, an all-in-one system that gets everything in one place. You have your personalization, your forms, your page creation. Everything comes in one place. And when you purchase CMS, you're provided with all this content editor, internal search, commercial tools, forms. As a decision maker, it makes sense to buy something that's got everything inbuilt. But the real challenge comes in when your teams are starting to working on this platform, starting to update your pages, your landing pages, starting to personalization. That's when the real struggle comes in. With the monolithic approach, what happens is organizations, as you can see some of them down there, they normally bring in their own kind of tool sets in place. And the biggest challenge is they have their own roadmap on when they want to enhance what they want to enhance. For example, your business strategy right now might be personalization, and personalization might be far beyond their roadmap. They might not be as advanced as they could be. So at this stage, what happens is you're really waiting for your software vendors to update the system for you to really implement your strategy. I used to work at City Index, a Fortune 100 company. We had 10 different global offerings. We had 3 core brands. We had 15 CMS editors. We had 10 developers. Even with such resources, we really struggled when we had to work on a content page. It took us sometimes a day or 2 days to really publish a content onto the website, because the monolithic approach is really bottles you down and doesn't let you be free. You have to make sure everything is working. You have the governance that's working. Even if one thing does not work, your system falls and crumbles down. And normally when we go to the vendors, we are normally waiting for them to keep things up to date, and this normally means that we can't really go to market as quickly as our competitors are going into. As a leaders, I think it's important that we don't only think of a website, the technology that is advanced. We also need to provide the user experience for our teams, who's really helping execute some of these campaigns for us. Wise did something interesting. They were on a monolithic approach. They broke away from monolithic approach and they went to the headless CMS. Doing this, it helped them kind of really grow their business. Fabrizio, who's a growth lead, explains breaking away from monolithic approach helped Wise grow their business to 4 million customers. At the same time, they were also able to give multi-regional offering. So when you think of your content, it's a layer over there. It has all the content you need for your English region. And now you want to go to French or German website. All you have to do is plug into a translation manager, translation engine that does the translation for you. You can have some pages which is translated by human, the other pages translated by machine language. So when you start breaking things out, you can really start picking and choosing what tool is good for translation. So you can start really thinking about what tool is good for your translation, what tools are good. If you're using HubSpot, you should be continuing using HubSpot for your marketing activation. You can think if you're doing personalization, you can think of what are the latest technology that's available. If you look at the marketing or martech landscape, every day new players are coming in place. They're doing things outstanding, and you should be having your website which is flexible enough to adapt these new technologies so that you can also go to market quickly, and you can also implement some of these strategies rather than waiting for your software to catch up. Leveraging a headless CMS can help business use API capabilities to seamlessly integrate with various internal technology and external technology. This means if your product already has APIs in place, if your product already has amazing charts, calculators in place, you can start putting them into your website. So that's a good lead gen tool for you to start, acquiring new customers. We spoke to one of our customers who had a calculator. In order to put that into the website, the lead time was 6 to 8 weeks. So you should be in a position where if you already built some microservices on your backend, and those are good tools to, invite new customers, you should be in a position to start doing it. And it also enables you to stay ahead of your competition. And we also notice as soon as you move to a headless CMS, by which you're removing unnecessary database overload, your website starts going much faster, which means your search engine result position really jumps much higher, right? You can use a schematic SEO, you can use schema tags, you can use all these amazing things for you to start leveraging in the search engine result position. And doing all of this when the customers are coming in, normally your customers spending 1.5 times on your website, but now when your website is much faster, they would like to spend more time on your website because they're having an amazing experience. They feel like, okay, this website is not going to take too much time for us to work on. So if you think of content as your main brain of your repository, you can think in this diagram. This is the content repository is where you store all your content information. This does not need to be just your website. It could be information that you show on your website. It could be also information that you don't show on your website. It could be for members who are logged in, or for for your internal team, some sensitive information. So that way you have content, one source of truth for all your content, right? And when you're trying to merge into different languages, all you have to do is use your central repository, plug into different language where you want to scale, and then you can easily do translation. So instead of taking months for you to do translation, now you can start doing things quicker because we have technologies and ability for you to do that. At the same time, you can say your marketing website might use certain parts of your content. And then, for example, if you have a customer service, your help support system, you can really use your content from your content repository, do that in your help and support portal. At the same time, the mobile app, you can show the same content in the mobile app. Right now, what is happening is your mobile has its own SDK, it's got its own content in there. Your customer service, you're using Zendesk or something where your content is hosted. Your website has another set of content. Having all the content in sync is a big challenge, right? And having things up to date becomes a big challenge. And due to regulatory purpose, if you don't keep certain percentage or certain numbers up to date, you're going to be in trouble. So having a central repository using API based to kind of distribute the content to different channels is the new ways business are building. And I think that is what we should also think about, how we are building websites. And doing all of that, you can also on top of that add a global search engine like Algolia or something like that. So right now your website only searches on your website. But imagine if your website can give you answers from your mobile app, but they have to click to download the app. So which means some of your information are really hidden behind the paywall. Now you can show this in the search results, but they need to be a customer to access this information. Yeah, because you need to start thinking of your content as your main brain to your business, and how can you really use new technology to access them. So an online business can use headless architecture in the following ways. Content can be stored in one location and can be shared to your website, desktop, mobile app using APIs, as I mentioned to you, and keeping all the content up to date, reducing user errors. Now you don't need to update content in 3 or 4 places. You update it from one place. And this way you can also increase your content production. So your content team can just focus on what is needed. And you can also use various engines to make things much faster. So things which used to take 2 or 3 weeks can now get done within 2 or 3 days. So if you really want to start enabling your marketing team, these are the 3 things you can do. Firstly, you can help them get to the market faster by providing them with the headless technology that enables the marketing team to create and push content much quicker, reducing time to the market, giving your company a competitive edge. Second thing, you can assist in increasing agility and flexibility for the marketing team. With Headless CMS, they can experience with new campaigns, landing pages, content formats. For example, if you want to experiment with podcasts, those kind of content formats can be adapted quickly, change, and you can also do anything that is with changing with the marketing trends. Lastly, you can also improve collaboration across your business by implementing a content management system. So with the right governance in place, now you can have your legal team, your content team, your product team, all of them can come and contribute to your content production, because that content is going to be served in multiple places. And you can also have right governance and approval in place. So this way the whole company can come and work together. And you can see there are few of the companies that they have implemented the Headless CMS and how has it improved for them. You can see you can launch your campaigns under 30 minutes and get faster to market compared to 2 weeks. You can integrate platform with your internal and external team. As you see, TU has integrated some of the 160 microservices they had in the platform into the marketing website, and that gives customers a personalized experience. And lastly, you can see Heap has helped get the team collaborate much quicker. So 100% of the marketing team is working on a platform such as Contentful, through which they can deliver all their marketing campaigns. So you understand, just of how Headless CMS work, what is a new modern way of building website. But if you really want to know how can you implement this, I have put together a digital framework that can really help you go to the market. This essentially has 8 items to it. You have user-centric design, you have a personalized experience, you think about your security and privacy concern for your customers, you think of your integration, internal and external, you think of your speed and performance of your website, you start thinking of how can you be inclusive and have accessibility on your platform, and also make sure there's a consistent brand across all your platform. And also the last thing is not only having all of this, how can you make sure you have maintainability, having a continuous improvement, improving your website, improving your technology, adding new things in place. In order for you to achieve these kind of digital experience, you need to make sure that there is a foundation technology that helps you, to get to the scale. So what is next? There are essentially two parts to this, right? The first thing is, if you are ready, if you feel this is a missing puzzle that you need to get moving, I suggest that you start looking into a headless CMS and how you can implement that within your business. But if you're still unsure, is this right for us? Should we do this? You can start thinking of doing a POC, right? A POC is a proof of concept where you start validating, is this idea good for us before making a big investment. A 6 steps where you can do a POC is understand what the problem or opportunity is, define KPIs, is it a performance, is it a speed, is it a collaboration, what do you really want to improve, understand the scope of your POC, do you want to be in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, how long do you have time for POC, get someone like us to develop the prototype for us, and then we evaluate your success, and then we can start thinking of a long-term website migration. So I've worked with Innovate Finance for the last few years, and this is something we really wanted to improve for the Innovate Finance website. So we looked at the Innovate Finance website in the beginning, and we noticed our website is performing really slow. As you can see in the Google Lighthouse, it was only 20, and that's not a great experience. So we worked with the Innovate Finance team to define our POC. So we wanted to increase the website speed by at least 30 seconds, and we wanted to contact the scope of the POC was just going to be on the homepage. And we also did this POC in a few weeks, and you can see during the POC we were able to evaluate that we can increase the website speed by up to 91, right, from 20 to 91. Straight away you can see this is a great experience for the customers, for the teams and people using our business. So immediately what we decided is we started putting together a roadmap for the next 12 months on seeing how can we take parts of the website and start migrating into a more modern technology by which the website performance is good. At the same time, how can we make sure we start retaining and getting more customers? Thank you for listening to me. My name is Shovan. I'm from S-Cube. We are a headless development agency specializing in the financial service, providing you with a faster, secure, and composable website. We have worked with few organizations, City Index, Forex, Innovate Finance, GBBC. I've been working in the industry for the last 7 years, and we would like to see how we can really help scale your business.